Akashic Records Attunement. During this attunement and journey, your body will remain safe, supported, and grounded as we invite your soul to journey to and from the Akashic Records. Lying down or sitting upright with your spine straight, begin to get really comfortable. Gently close your eyes. Invite your body to enter a state of deep healing and replenishment. Begin to feel the presence of a circle of light around your body, protecting it and inviting it to enter a state of deep healing during this journey. As you bring your hands up and around and back to your heart, imagine that beautiful flower and imagine that flower opening petal by petal. In the middle of the flower is a light representing your soul, your ancient self that's traveled from lifetime to lifetime and beyond. It is connected to all of life. This part of you has wisdom beyond your years and knows exactly why you came here now. As I count down from 5 to 1, I invite you to begin traveling through the portal of your heart to your inner temple. Your inner temple is the access point to your inner guidance through which we'll be traveling to the Akashic Records. 5, 4, 3, traveling through the portal of your heart to your inner temple. 2, 1. You now find yourself standing at the steps of your inner temple, looking up and being met by your inner temple guide and guardian. You walk up the steps and your inner temple guide and guardian opens the door and welcomes you to step inside. Crossing the threshold, you see a golden cord anchored in the very center of your inner temple, leading to a beautiful golden staircase on the other side of the inner temple. Your inner temple guide and guardian invites you to follow this golden cord, this golden thread, toward the staircase, and together you start to climb the staircase to the 5th dimension, to Akasha, where the Great Hall of Records resides. Steadily you climb up and up and up through all of the dimensions, through time and space, to the 5th dimension, to Akasha, the great library in the sky, the infinite library of everything in the entire universe, where all information of the past, present, and future is available for you to tap into, where Kairos time, timeless time, soul time, wisdom time reigns. When you reach the top of the staircase, you and your inner temple guide and guardian follow the golden cord to the great library in the sky, the Akashic Records. You begin walking up the steps of this great library, this great place of records of all time and eternity, where you're met by your very own Akashic Records guide. Your Akashic Records guide welcomes you to the Akashic Records and opens the door and leads you into the Great Hall of Records. As you begin to make your way down the Hall of Records, you notice there are so many books. All those books filled with information documenting all the things that have ever happened, are happening, or ever will happen. These sacred ancient books being updated every single moment, ever changing as life is being lived and written and updated every moment of every day, as each individual soul weaves in and out of their lives and sings their unique song for another day. Your Akashic Records guide then leads you to a wing of the Hall of Records where your own soul book resides. You look around and see billions and billions and billions of books, each containing the unique records of each individual soul that ever was. Your Akashic Records guide then leads you to a section of the shelf and reaches out for a unique book, which you realize is your soul book. The book of your soul. The book that contains all the information of who you are as a soul, your past, present, and future life experiences, and everything in between. This book contains all of the lifetimes you've ever lived, all your soul gifts, all your life lessons, your growth, your triumphs, your trainings, absolutely everything in the existence of you. Your Akashic Records guide now invites you to take a seat and to hold your soul book in your hands. Your Akashic Records guide invites you to place your hands directly on top of the book and to breathe in the ancient nature of who you truly are. You take a moment to drink in your soul book. What do the pages feel like? You run your hands over the front cover of your soul book and notice the color, the texture, and the materials from which it's made. You notice any details? What's written on the spine? Is anything written on the front page? Is anything written on the cover? How thick is it? Your Akashic Records guide invites you to notice how old the book is, and with your hand and your palms being extensions of your heart, you ask the book, what information do you have that is supportive for me right now, and is in the highest good of all? What message do I most need to remember? How can I commit more to my current incarnation? What will help my soul to come all the way into my current life? Your Akashic Records guide invites you to flick through the pages very briefly, to feel and notice the texture of the pages, to smell and to drink in with your senses even more of this book that documents who you are as a soul. Knowing that you've connected with your soul book and that now you know the way to it, through the Great Library and the Great Hall and to Akasha. Your Akashic Records guide takes the book and places it back on the shelf. Your Akashic Records guide escorts you out of this section of the library, and you retrace your steps down the Hall of Records, past the billions and billions and billions of books. Feel how familiar this place feels. Your Akashic Records guide reminds you that you now know how to journey here and tells you to return when you want to check in for guidance of the highest good of all. Your Akashic Records guide leads you out through the door of the Great Library of Akasha, down the steps where you've reunited with your own inner temple guide and guardian. You follow the golden thread with your inner temple guide and guardian back to the golden staircase. Down, down, down you climb through time and space and different dimensions back to your body and through the portal of your heart. When you reach the bottom of the staircase, you find yourself back in your inner temple, following the golden thread that led you to Akasha, retracing your steps. Now you know the way. You can return here whenever you like. Your inner temple guide and guardian leads you out of your inner temple, closing the door behind you. As I count down from 5 to 1, you'll find yourself traveling back to your body through the portal of your heart, back into the present moment and the room that you're in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very slowly, opening your eyes and coming back to the room, transitioning from Kairos time to Chronos time.